Okay, so we've got
About
Vera, Gertrude, Dick, Richard's mom. He's going to tell us about her.
okay, the one about which one? The last one.
Yeah,
Oh, about the card. So Uncle Clyde sent her a card. She thought, oh, here's a nice card for me. So she opens it up, and it says on the front, "How to lose 10 ugly pounds instantly." She opens it up, and it says, "Chop off your head." Oh, she was so mad. So she thought it came from a woman in the ward that she didn't like. So she called her up and just let it rip and telling how she was so awful sending a card like that to her. And of course it wasn't her at all, it was Uncle Clyde.
How'd you find out?
Uncle Clyde asked how she liked the card. And then she understood what was really going on. And so he teased her unmercifully all the time. And he had been on vacation for a week and hadn't had an opportunity to tease her. So he thought, I'll get to her now. He gets home, and in the first 5 minutes he calls her 3 times to tease her. And so the last time she hangs up the phone, and almost immediately the phone rings again. She picks it up and says, "You blankety blank blank, what do you want now?" And it's the state president.
Then what did she say?
And she said, the state president said, "Sister Dick? Wrong number!" And then it rings again. Fortunately, there was no
Caller
ID. It rings again. "Hello, this is Vera." "Oh, so nice to meet you, or get a hold of you. I got the wrong number before."
Do you think he bought it?
I doubt it.
He probably knew her well enough.
Shall I tell about Mike
Mike.
going to school again?
Yes.
So one of my friends, Mike Beddoes, he was walking in front of the house, and my mom saw him, and it was almost time to start school. So she said, "Mike, do you want to ride? You're going to be late otherwise." And he says, "Sure." So he was on time to school after she went 100 miles an hour in a 25-mile-an-hour zone. And he said, "That's the last ride I take with that lady." Okay.
Can we get you to tell the story about shopping
Oh,
And the trailer one.
and the hair story too?
okay.
Like the
In the
misfits.
trailer.
Okay, my mom, before her mission, she was shopping at the mall, and she'd been from store to store to store, and she was in front of this one store, and she was looking at the things in the window, and then she glanced at her image reflection in the mirror coming in the window, and she saw that she had no skirt on, just walking down the mall. So she ran in the store and grabbed a sales clerk and drug her to the back and told her, "You got to go back to this other store, your competitor, and get my skirt. I left it in the dressing room."
What did she say?
And so the woman said, "Okay, I'll do you a favor this time." And so she loved to have her hair done beautifully. And she went to the beauty parlor and had it all done nice. And she went in because she was just about to go to work. She went in and she looked in the mirror and thought, "I need a little more hairspray." So she grabbed what she thought was the hairspray, put her head down and went, "Shh." around, looked in the mirror, and screamed bloody murder because it was foaming cleanser and her hair was going like this. Did it ruin her hairdo? Yeah.
Yeah. Could have ruined her eyesight if she wasn't careful.
Another thing with hair was Uncle Clyde was next door, and he was out watering his lawn, and she had just come home from pulled in the driveway, and she got out of the car, and Uncle Clyde turned the hose on her and just drenched her. Here they are, about 65 and 70 years old, each of them, and old enough to know better. And so, not to be outdone, Grandma, she grabs her hose, turns it on full blast, and chases him into his house with the water running full blast in the house.
What did his wife think of?
Well, I'm sure she wasn't very happy.
He was mad.
What did she say to him?
Can you imagine two adults acting that way?
I can imagine my dad acting that way.
He must be related.
Runs in the family. Yeah, Dad would
Shall I
definitely.
tell about
TJ likes to tease, just like.
Shall I tell about the car going backwards?
And the trailer. Yeah.
Okay. So my mommy was always a speed demon. Always. I've been with her many times at 120 miles an hour. I don't know why she was always in such a hurry.
She liked the speed.
So she was driving from Kansas City to Salt Lake, and it was raining, a thunderstorm, and she was going way too fast, probably over 100, and so she did some spins and went flying off the highway at 100 plus miles an hour backwards, and she hit a telephone pole, and it just snapped like it was a toothpick. She went flying by, and Grandpa in the back seat woke up about that time, wondering what's going on. Just in time to see that telephone pole, what was left of it, swing back across the hood as they went backwards, and it put a big dent in the hood of the car as well. But only about 10 minutes later they were back on the highway because a trucker stopped and pulled them back onto the highway. When I came home from school and saw that big V in the back of the car, I thought, what in the world happened there? Okay.
Do the trailer one.
Oh, the trailer one.
Poor
Okay.
Richard can't eat his oatmeal. No breakfast
Well,
for you.
I was about 12, and we were going down this small hill in Kansas City. My mother had a trailer attached, but it wasn't attached very well. She didn't have it fixed right. And as we were going down this hill, she said, "Oh, look, kids, somebody's trailer's loose." As her trailer passes her on the other side of the road, going down the wrong side of the street, and cars were going every which direction to try to avoid hitting the trailer that's coming at them. And in the Safeway parking lot and everything, one man jumped out and caught it before it went through a window of a big store.
Did your mom and dad get in trouble?
No, but if it had hit anything or killed anybody, they would have.
But just from causing traffic when you got in trouble these days?
If a policeman was around, I'm sure she would have, but She didn't get caught that time.
Mom, I also got caught once.
Has she gotten caught?
Oh yeah, she's gotten more than her share of speeding tickets.
How many?
I couldn't count them.
Mom, this
So your grandpa knows lots of stories about her too.
No, don't break.
She was at the park, you know what?
Oh,
She
this
was
is
at
my
the-
favorite.
She was at the park on 24th of July, Sugar House Park. And Luann was actually teasing. She never ever told her that she was teasing.
She was afraid.
My mama fell.
So how
And
many
Luann-
people, Richard, how many people would you say are in Sugar House Park on 24th of July?
Oh, there were thousands. It was
What did she
lots
say?
and lots of people.
Well, fine. Let him tell the story.
There were lots of people hanging around for the 24th of July celebration. And she was sitting there on a blanket, and Luann said to her, "Mom, a spider just crawled down your blouse." What did she do? She ripped her blouse off, took it off, and Lucille's standing there and says, "I can't believe she's taking it off. I can't believe she took it off in front of everybody."
Wait,
And it turns out there was no spider at all. She was teasing her. But Luann didn't dare tell her that.
Did you take off all her clothes?
No, just her blouse.
So, all right.
Where's your cup? I'll get you a drink.
All right. Oh, good.
Well, you
So,
can eat your breakfast if you want.
huh?
You can eat your breakfast.
I can eat my breakfast now? Okay.